listening to the Ecosystem Approach show. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio.
We discovered that human potential is severely limited when you program humans like a machine, which is standard practice today for self-improvement.
The Ecosystem Approach teaches you how to uncover your infinite potential by using natural methods that are truly revolutionary. Join us now for the Ecosystem Approach show. Today, we're talking about the energies of the solar system and the most important energy that people take for granted. These energies are truly natural. These energies are the perfect way to develop yourself. These energies support your essence or soul versus programming, which is toxic to your soul and is unnatural. Stay tuned. We are married intuitives with over 20 years experience who created the Ecosystem Approach for you. This is much different because we see human beings as ecosystems that need to be restored instead of programmed. We show you how to take an energy approach for internal discovery that is rational, practical, and useful for everyday life. Jason, why are using planetary energies so important?
So let's start from the beginning to answer that question.
All right.
Human beings are energy beings with the root of that energy being your essence, or what some people call soul.
Correct.
Up to now, the ecosystem approach, if you've been listening to our show for a while, we're focused on removing the negative energy that's attached to your essence.
Correct.
Very, very powerful. We're not changing our mind about that. That is one of the most important things you can do. But when you start to remove negative energy, who you are comes forward as true self-knowledge, and the ability to use your essence is your life guide.
Yes.
This is natural and in line with the way human beings are designed. So as human energy beings, the most important part of an energy being is your essence, which is an energy.
Okay.
And the reason science doesn't acknowledge it, because it's an energy, you can't measure it, you can't see it.
Right.
They don't see it, so therefore it doesn't exist, okay?
Yeah.
But it exists. And most people would say, yeah, I have a soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a soul.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they would also answer, do I understand it? No.
Well,
Go
exactly.
ahead. Go ahead.
There is so much negative energy present in the world, and that's what we've been trying to communicate.
Right.
I apologize. I wish I could be all smiley and unicorns and rainbows all the time.
Right.
But this is what we see. It's not what we believe, it's what we see.
Correct.
Okay. And we know that removing the negative energy from your essence is a long process. We're doing it.
Yes.
We haven't completed it. We know that we still have a long way to go. But as you do that, oh my gosh, the things that you see are amazing. The things that you know and can perceive and can become attached to it's hard to describe in English language what that means.
Okay.
But we know how difficult it is to remove that negative energy. And it takes a while.
Yes.
People need, and we know this really well, need a lot of support.
Yes.
They need tools. They need support. How do they do this? This is hard.
Right.
Because that negative energy isn't just a thing. It has a motive.
And it also is, very effective.
Yes.
Let me say it that way.
That motive is it wants to exist. It wants to stay where it's at, and it doesn't want to leave.
Right.
It's like a house guest that won't leave. It's like a relative that moves, that comes over to stay for overnight and
doesn't go
3
away.
months later.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
So, but these tools are hiding in plain sight. What are these tools? These tools are amazing. It gives you all the tools that you could possibly want. What are these tools? They're planetary energies.
Correct.
OMG.
Right.
And these energies are so powerful and amazing for personal growth and evolution.
Correct.
It's not just subtle tools. They're not just little bitty trite tools. They're the most powerful tools that we could use. And we're just beginning to scratch the surface of being able to use this.
Exactly.
And, not to be trite, but you can get them for free. It's completely free. You don't
Well-
have to pay anything.
Well,
It's
wait a
not
minute,
metered.
you
know.
have paid. That's one of the biggest problems.
You've paid with the negative energy.
That is
and
exactly
you don't
right.
realize the price that you've paid, and most people don't, because they don't
Exactly.
really understand the negative
Mhm.
energy. That negative energy has tried to normalize itself so
Oh,
that it's like,
yeah.
oh, this is just who I am. Well,
Yeah.
no, you
Right,
know.
right, right.
So today's development. So if you go out in the world and say, I want to be better. I want to have personal growth. I want to develop myself. I want to
Okay.
evolve.
Yes.
You go to teachers and mentors. You look at processes and methods and programs.
Correct.
All these things are hostile to your essence. Here's the thing,
Okay.
and I need to talk about this.
Okay.
If you go to a mentor for advice,
Okay.
I just came up with this metaphor just a few minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
She says this, but if you were to drink some water,
Okay.
and you had a choice between a natural source and what I would call dirty water,
Okay.
which would you choose?
Well, I know what I would choose.
To make that more poignant,
Okay.
the energies that we're talking about are like drinking from spring water that or runoff that comes from the mountains,
From the top of a mountain.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
crystal clear and it's running over the rocks and it's just pure.
Correct.
You can just dip in and take it.
Yes.
When you go to a teacher or a mentor, and people don't know this, but we're taught unconsciously to get our vital energy from other people.
That is correct, but that's not correct.
That's
you and I both know
that's
that.
like drinking water that's brown or dirty or
Mhm.
sewer water.
Correct.
You know, it feels like I'm being dramatic, but I'm not. If you could
Right.
see energy the way we do, when you go to someone else to say, "Oh, help me,"
Correct.
that exchange of energy
Mhm.
is not organic. It's not organic. It's not natural.
Correct.
It's kind of nasty and disgusting. Now, one of the reasons we have such an amazing marriage, and you probably see this, but is that we do an exchange of energy, but it's really positive. It's a really positive exchange of energy.
And I need to say this,
Yeah.
when there isn't positive energy between us, one or both of us will see it, and we stop what we're doing and we get rid of it. We remove that negative energy. So the essence of who we both are can actually communicate in an amazing way.
Exactly. And it's like a clump of dirt. So you're drinking your spring water or your Rocky Mountain rivers coming down. All of a sudden there's a clump of dirt. When you see that, you just pull it out and
exactly. And that's the removing of negative energy.
Yes.
Or, and now if it was in my case, I would say, well, I might need that clump of dirt
for my garden over
for
there.
my garden over there. Exactly. But before I actually put it in the garden, I have to tell everyone I would well, that is the next section. But
Yeah.
I do want to say I would activate this very, very, very positive energy so that soil would know exactly what its purpose is.
See, the thing with dark energy, people understand,
Okay.
is that not only does it have a motive and it wants to be attached to you,
Yes.
but it exploits your vulnerability. So it looks at the thing that is the most sensitive for you personally. Now,
Uh-huh.
it might not be sensitive for me, but for you personally, it's real. It's crushing.
It is.
And people would say, why is that so crushing? And most people aren't even aware of that,
Right.
that vulnerability or
That's
those
correct.
vulnerabilities.
That's correct.
But a lot of people are, and it's crushing to you.
Mhm.
And that's why dark energy is so effective.
Right.
So you need a powerful toolbox to overcome that. That's
Yes.
natural and organic and connected the way you are. So let's just quickly go through. As we struggle to remove this negative energy, we need emotional support.
Yes.
Because it's hard. What do you use? Planetary energies. As we struggle to remove this negative energy, we need clarity. So many people just don't have clarity about their life or what's going on.
Correct.
That clarity doesn't come from experiences. It comes from energy.
That's right.
And what energy to use? Planetary energies. Oh, it's great for that. As we struggle to remove this negative energy, we need strength and persistence.
Mm-hmm.
where can you get strength and persistence? Really,
Yes,
you
it's
know,
true.
planetary energies.
Yes.
As we struggle to remove this negative energy, we need to overcome fear and shame. Oh my gosh.
It's a
There's
big
so
one.
much. We're still working with our fear and shame.
Yes, we are.
Where do you get support for that? Planetary energies. And lastly, as you struggle to remove this negative energy, you get really mad. You're angry.
Well,
You're
because
yeah,
you start feeling like a victim, or you've been duped, or
yes.
lied to and cheated and all of these things. And but one of the best things you can do is use planetary energies to help you stand up and say, not only to yourself, but to others, if necessary, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yes.
So with that said, Jason, what is the quick tip for this segment?
We come into the world with negative energy attached. This negative energy interferes with your function as a human being and your natural connection to your essence.
Right.
The ecosystem approach teaches you to remove that negative energy, but it's difficult, and the energy resists being removed.
Oh,
Using planetary energies helps even the field, so you have more power to remove these energies. As we remove these negative energies, we need emotional support, clarity, strength, and persistence, and help overcoming the fear, shame, and anger. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Planetary energies can provide support and the help that we need. They are untapped resource that is available to human beings without restriction, without cost,
Correct.
without limitation. We only need to understand and know how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a game changer for human development and evolution.
I love that. In the next segment, we're going to talk about the most amazing energy that we haven't covered in any, well, not only today, but in any past shows, and may give you a new perspective on your life that you never considered. Could this energy be the most powerful that you ever experience in this life? Well, that's a really good question. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show, unscripted, with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to talk about the most amazing energy that we haven't covered before and may give you a new perspective on your life that you've never considered. Could this energy be the most powerful that you ever experience in this life? Jason, what is the most amazing energy that could be the most powerful a person could experience?
It's earth energy. It's the energy of the earth right here. And we've been calling it life force.
Yes, we have.
Just a really important point. And then I want you to, because you've been playing around with
the energies.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But the best way to describe this thinking is remembering how it felt in the spring when, you just didn't want to do anything. You're happy. You want to run through a field, or you want to lay in a field and just look up at the stars,
or you just want to admire the colors that are coming out and the new life that's happening and all of those things that spring brings about. And believe it or not, that's an energy.
And you want to fall in love.
And you want to fall in love.
Even with that ugly person that you never wanted before. All of a sudden in spring, they look a lot more attractive. It's all those things. So
forgive him, everyone.
So the other thing is that life force is healing, and it can build your confidence, be supportive, make you feel hopeful. All the mental health issues out there, there's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist and talking to someone.
Exactly.
But start with this. Start with life force.
Well, can I jump in?
Yeah.
One of the things that I find is that when I, by the way, I actively activate life force energy, earth energy, twice a day, and then of course even more. And if I'm struggling with something, the very first thing that I will do is I will activate life force. I'll call it in through the top of my head. That's what we do at the end of the show. I call it in and I let it go all the way to the tips of my toes, and I stop and take a moment and I feel that life force energy. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what you were asking me to talk about, but it works very well. But then I then use many of the particulars of the other planetary energies, and usually starting with my three main energies of my birth chart, we'll put it that way, and the combination of all of these energies with life force. It is so powerful. It is so amazing. It helps with clarity and understanding, and the ability to see that I have a choice to love myself. I have the right to love myself, as opposed to the things that I was trained in the beginning of this life.
If medical science could see what we see,
Oh,
on Grey's Anatomy, when we've been watching Grey's Anatomy every night, so we're thinking about that. But
right.
if they had someone opening the table and they're saying, come on, stay with me,
Sure.
Instead, they'd be saying, I'm going to activate life force
for this person.
Yeah.
And then one of the other things you can do with life force, if we're going there, you can actually activate life healing force, healing for a part of your body, or healing that broken heart that you have, things like that. It is phenomenal, the things that you can do. And if you just give yourself a moment, and when I'm talking about a moment, give yourself some time to learn how to activate that life force. And by the way, listening to our shows and doing
every week.
yes,
we do it every week.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then using that life force energy, it becomes, I'm going to use the word, I have removed the programming of my past, and I use life force energy for everything. If I'm confused about something, first thing I'll do is call in life force. The second thing I do, and anybody who's listened to the show before, is I call in objectivity, because it is a weakness. We were talking about dark energy will use every weakness that you have to stop you from going forward, to stop you from evolving, to stop you from even enjoying the day. And that doesn't serve anything.
Well, and dark energy can talk in your ear and say things that are just, and you say them to me, and I said, no, that's not going to happen.
Exactly.
But it's emotional. It has no filter.
And so when
that's your vulnerability.
That's exactly right. And so when you use objectivity, it or objective energy, however you want to say it, what happens is that those openings to emotionality, they close.
Yes.
And then you go, oh my gosh, you're right. I need to see it from this perspective. And it's, one more time, awesome.
I think we don't understand, because we've been trained to focus on our goals and that sort of thing.
Yes.
And take people at face value. But there are people in your life, and I bet if you're listening right now, you know this. Even if you don't see the exchange of energy, Correct. There are people that when you connect with them, they deplete you. You feel exhausted afterwards, like, Correct. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to do that again. Oh, right. That was so much. That's an indication that they're taking your energy.
Yes. And we let them, because we've been trained. That's what a nice person does.
Right. And especially if they're your family or whatever,
yes, absolutely.
But the reason life force is so beneficial is that if you get depleted, replace it, not from them.
No.
From an unlimited source
of life force energy,
that comes,
earth energy,
absolutely.
Yes, it's so amazing.
And you have the ability to do that.
Yes, we all do. It's something that we actually have naturally, but it's been blocked and programmed that we don't have that. Well, we don't have that right.
And when other people's energies aren't around, like during the pandemic,
most
people turn to sugar, caffeine, alcohol, drugs, some type of addiction, gambling, dysfunctional sex, all sorts of things, to try and get that back. This is so much natural and organic. Again, I'm using that word.
Yes.
It's healthier for you. And frankly, if you had more negative energy removed from your essence, you would get that energy naturally. It would come into you naturally. It's already it's already got supposed to be downloaded, but that dark energy creates a plug in the pathway.
Exactly. Removing negative energy can be exhausting. Let's just,
Yes.
let's
Yes.
put that on the table. Of course it can, because it fights with you. It doesn't want you to remove
Good
or
point.
take away. And therefore, then we immediately go to resistance. Oh, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But you want to learn about your power of who you are. You want to learn who you are, which, by the way, that's one of the main reasons we are here. It's removing that negative energy so you can see who you are and how for you to use that very, very, very positive energy of the earth.
People are talking about mental health crises, mental health issues. They often come from a lack of vital energy.
Correct.
At the moment of death, the chemical composition of a human body is the same. The only difference between right before death and right after death is life force. It's an energy. It's so obvious.
Yes.
I know if you're listening, you say, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Okay.
I get that.
Okay.
But I'm saying to you, don't wait till you're dying. You can get this today.
Yes.
You're going to keep listening to the end of the show. We're going to activate life force for you, help you activate life force, and show you how to use planetary energies. It's amazing. Well,
and I need to say, absolutely. One of the things that I've had more than one client say to me, I download the show because it has all the negative energies that we're going to remove, but it also, I download the show because at the end it activates that life force energy. And if I take that moment every single day and make a difference for myself first, because when we make a difference for ourselves, then we can make a difference for other people.
So we're talking about doing it in an energetic way, activating that life force.
Yes, we are.
There's another natural way to doing it, and it's called earthing or grounding.
Yes.
And Google it. It's a lot of stuff out on the internet about it, but it's when you put your feet connected to the earth.
Yes.
Now, we used to do that. We used to go out in the morning and be in our garden and
when it was a lot warmer.
Well, when it was a lot warmer, it still wasn't that warm. It was like 60 degrees.
Yeah, but still.
Put our feet on a rock, that sort of thing, and down or upload that earth energy.
Correct.
That's what earthing and grounding is. But now it's cold out. It's very 33 this morning.
Yes.
We're not going out there and putting our bare feet on the ground, but we have a grounding mat that we got. And if you're interested in this stuff, if you're interested in knowing what to say for the removing negative energy and activating negative energy, activating life force and the planetary energies, go to our website right now, theecosystemapproach.org, sign up for our free section, and you'll get the weekly newsletter. It's all written out. Picture the processors right there.
Yes.
And you'll be able to do that.
So quick tip for this segment, Jason.
Life force is earth energy and is unique in the universe. It is the most powerful and beneficial to human beings of all the planetary energies. Life force can be the best antidote to depression, hopelessness, and is the most healing of all the energies.
Yes.
Used with clearing the negative, it's very effective to heal in essence with too much negative energy. The best way to describe life force is to think how you feel in the spring as a child, full of hope and happiness and physical energy. Earthing and grounding is a physical way to connect with the earth energy of life force. It happens when you have bare feet touch the ground and reduces inflammation in the body, which is connected to illness and disease.
Yes.
Connecting with life force happens naturally when your essence is not blocked with negative energy, but you can activate it on your own. You don't need to be outside. You can call it in. And activating life force should always be connected with our clearing process because they work together.
Yes.
Don't just say one. Don't just use one. You have to use both. You have to get rid of the negative too. So
exactly. In the next segment, we're going to talk about how to use planetary energies and life force in your everyday life. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show, unscripted, with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to talk about using planetary energies and life force for your everyday life. All right, Jason, how do you use planetary energies and life force in your everyday life?
Well, you practice and you see what works for you,
Yeah.
what's best for you, and under what conditions.
Yes.
So imagine maybe there's a person that just drives you nuts every day,
Yes.
or often,
Okay.
or there's a circumstance that just is really harsh for you.
Okay.
And it connects with that negative energy that's attached to you.
Okay.
Try some planetary energies out.
Mhm.
And we've done a lot of shows about that. Go back and listen to some of those shows.
Mhm.
Tell us your experience. I mean, you've been using the different planetary energies. So tell us some of your experience about what you've done and how that's affected you.
Okay. It started out, I've been using life force energy for a really long time.
Since the beginning, actually.
Since the beginning, absolutely. But I didn't know everything that it could do, which I find that to be kind of interesting. I kind of took it for granted, and I won't do that again. Let's just put it that way. So what I've done is my sun, my moon, and my rising or ascending are Venus, Mercury, and Venus.
Those signs are ruled by those planets.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And so what I started to do was when we started realizing, actually, it started with seeing the star Venus in the sky. By the way, is always the brightest star in the sky. And I read that, and so I thought, well, I want to know more. And then I read this part in this book that said Venus energy is really, really, really positive for things like power and actual physical strength. And I thought, wow, okay.
Well, and we channeled it too.
We did. I'm not going to say we didn't, but I'm going simple here. And so I started with that. And when I call in those energies, I call them in and pull them in through the top of my head and make them go all the way to the tips of my toes. I stop them, I turn them around, and then I use those energies to help me remove negative energies that are blocking me from using those exact energies. And the funny, ironic part to me is almost immediately I started feeling better about, well, wait a minute, I can actually have strength. I can have things that I never really realized that I could, even at my age.
So be more specific. What are the things that happened when you started activating the Venus energy?
Well, I started seeing that the power of Venus was very strong, and I could look at it. If I sat for a moment, I could do what I call a 360 walkabout around myself. If I called in that energy, what did I see? What energies did I see that would be about strength for me? And one of them is, well, my singing voice. I love to sing, and it has made a difference. I'll say it
So
that
when you
way.
activate Venus energy,
When I activate,
your singing voice is stronger. It's
and
more,
and it has more clarity to it. And when you have a voice like mine, most people look at me. Well, I've made children cry when I say, "Hi, how are you?" And they go, "Ugh," because I have that deep voice. But I'm learning to use that singing voice in a very positive way.
Well, and there's
And
also
it's really nice.
Venus is helps with the strength, but helps with balance.
Well,
and
that's the other thing.
Being an emotional person,
Yes.
balance is hard to come by.
And the other thing is I ask for balance within myself, and it also will show me spots in my body that are not balanced.
Now you use Mercury and Pluto too.
Well, the Mercury right out of the gate. That's that objective energy that, remember, I told everyone I had to go look it up to see what it was. And I laugh about it today. But that objective energy has really, really helped me, because then I'm not so emotional about everything, and I have to spend a half hour calming myself down. That's ridiculous. But the other thing that Mercury energy does for me, it helps me realize the intelligence of who I am and the gifts that I have, and how important those gifts are to why I'm here. In other words, I help other people because I'm using objective energy.
And you've been recently using Pluto energy.
Well, oh, that one's still a little confusing for me, but, and I'm being very honest here, it's a little confusing because Pluto can be very cold, and that's one of the last things I am. But I understand that when you're a little bit cold, then you'll back up and look at things from a different perspective. And that is huge. So, but the other thing that Pluto can do is Pluto can help you see the strength and the things that keep you from your strength in what you want in life.
So people like formulas. I don't like formulas, but let me give you some starting points. Okay. Start with one or two energies of your sun sign.
Absolutely.
Or your moon sign.
That is correct.
And usually you can look up your moon sign based on your date of birth. You don't need the time of birth.
Okay.
Practice and play around with different planets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've been talking about life force, but the different planetary energies, and just go back and listen to our shows and say, I wonder how I could use this.
Yes.
And then use it in certain circumstances.
Yes.
And with certain people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and see how it works.
Well, it's just a lot of fun.
Yes.
In my opinion. Go ahead.
So the personality of the planets, which is why we channeled the planets, we channeled them to understand the personality of the energy, to give you a feel for what that energy feels like if it was a person.
Yes.
And so based on your personality, choose the personalities of those planets that feel the best to you.
Well, okay. And then, but I want to add one major thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also always use life force energy to help me understand better what these planetary energies can do, and how I can use that life force energy and the planetary energies to help others as well.
Yes.
It's Venus is very giving. Venus energy is very has a lot of compassion, and people do not understand true compassion. So when I use life force energy with it, it's not so overwhelming to people.
Yes.
And to myself, we'll say it that way.
So and then for those are the planetary energies. So just play around with them.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And start with your sun and your moon sign. That's a really good place to start.
Yes.
For life force, you know, one of the best things for life force is healing and health and healing.
Correct.
To feed and support your physical body.
Well, and can I add this, if that's okay? I've been having a problem with one of my shoulders. And so one of the first things that I did was I realized that, there's something there. So I started with life force energy to help me see what was there, and then help me remove the burdens. And then I used life force energy again, and then the healing, compassionate energies of Venus to really help this shoulder that has not been a happy camper for a little while.
Yeah. So life force is good for emotional support.
Yes.
Overcoming hopelessness, depression, grief, powerlessness, all types of victim energy.
Correct. And even confusion.
Oh yeah. And to feel good. It's better than do daily caffeine. It's better. If you get a low spot in the middle of the afternoon, life force is so much better
than a candy bar.
Yes, exactly. And the personality of earth energy, which we haven't really talked about, is generous, it's abundant, it's supportive, it's nurturing, it's sexual, you know, it's all those things. You know,
well, and I want to talk about one more thing about all of the energies, but the earth energy is the one of the loudest. It screams at me. Is earth energy really helps with inflammation. And inflammation is something that will stop people in their tracks because it becomes so painful.
Because of health reasons.
Exactly.
Now, earthing and grounding can help you with that. If you go to our website, theecosystemapproach.org, sign up for our free section. I'll put it in the newsletter this week.
Okay, good.
A link to where you can get earthing materials.
Yes.
So if you're in a cold climate, you don't have to go outside and put your feet in the
ground. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yes, I really, really, really like that. So, Jason, what is a quick tip of this segment? Oh, we need to tell people how to do the clearing too. So,
the best way to start is to use planetary energies, is to try out different ones and see how they affect you. When you think of planetary energies as personalities, it's easier to understand how and when to use them. Think of them as people, helpers, mentors, and decide who you want to be with in a particular time and who would be the most helpful to you. The more you practice, the better you'll get, and there'll be favorites that you'll develop, and there are no rules.
Right.
Earth energy is life force and can be the most healing and supportive of all the energies for human beings. Using grounding or earthing is a physical way to benefit from earth energy, but you can still call it in energetically.
Yes.
When it comes to earth energy, more is always better, but you can always activate earth energy and any planetary energies with your own mind, with your own abilities. Using these energies is a game changer for humans who want to grow, develop, and evolve.
Nice. I love that. So, Jason, let's tell everyone how to do the clearing or removing of negative energy so we can call in that life force energy.
It's very simple in your mind's eye when we say and to eliminate. Gather that whatever we say to eliminate, whether it's veils and illusions, barriers, or specific emotions, gather those up, blow them into the processor. Sierra's putting a picture of the processor up right now. If you can't see it, if you're just listening, make sure you've subscribed to our free section.
Correct.
The ecosystemapproach.org.
So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to help you start using planetary energies to make your life better and to be more empowered every day. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to help you start using planetary energies to make your life better and to be more empowered every day. Jason?
So these are the words. If you sign up for our free section, the ecosystemapproach.org, they're all written out for you.
Yes.
Here we go. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that planetary energies are free tools that are extremely powerful for me to use. Take those veils and illusions, blow them into the processor.
I'm going to shorten it up just a little bit, but remember, they're all written out on our website. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that these planetary energies give me tools for my life that are completely natural. Nice and easy. Take a breath and blow out any negative energies that are keeping you from seeing that this is completely natural.
So, and to eliminate the stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. These are emotions that I have that can be removed and replaced with planetary energies. Take that stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, blow it into the processor.
Very good. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that processes, methods, and programmings are toxic to use for my essence. Take a breath and blow it out.
And to eliminate the compulsion to take other people's energy versus creating my own from better and pure sources like planetary energies. Take a breath.
Take a breath. And blow it out. And to eliminate the barriers so I can see that using the ecosystem approach is the way to understand planetary energies. Nice and easy. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that life force powers my life, my essence, and my physical body. Take a breath.
And blow it out. And to eliminate, pardon me, the intense feelings of worry, anxiety, and stress that I have that could be cleared, removed, and then overcome using planetary energies on a regular basis. Take a breath and blow it out.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that planetary energies can help me overcome shame and unworthiness.
Take a breath. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that planetary energies can provide emotional support Wow, what a concept, huh? Take a breath and blow it out.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see the place to start using planetary energies is my sun and moon signs.
I love that. Take a breath. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that life force is earth energy and I can have all I want by putting my bare feet on the ground or using grounding tools. Take a breath and blow it out.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that planetary energies can be a game changer for my personal development and evolution.
Nice. Take a breath and blow it out. And to eliminate the barrier so I can try using planetary energies today. Nice and easy. Take a breath and blow it out.
Okay.
Jason, should we activate some life force?
So I want you to show people how to activate planetary energies first.
Okay.
So let's start with Venus, because that's one of your favorites.
It is one of my favorites. So the very first thing that I do is I activate life force so I can be centered, so I can feel at home in this body. So the very first thing is I direct all my resources in all dimensions to activate life force energy. Right now, I'm going to call it in through the top of my head, let it go all the way through my body. I'm going to stop it at the tips of my toes. I'm going to ask it to turn around and come back up my body and blow out any negative energies that it happened to pick up on the way, because it's there to help me. Now, I'm going to activate life force and to activate life force energy so I can see and remember how to use life force energy every single day, even if I have to go to the website of the ecosystem approach to do that. It's okay. That's why we put it there.
Well, yeah, sign up for the free section.
Sign up for this free section. Pull it in. Let it go to the tips of your toes. Stop it. Ask it to turn around and come back up and blow out any negative energies left over. Jason?
And to activate life force so I can have hope to have an empowered life using planetary energies.
And life force.
Yes.
Nice and easy. Pull it in. And blow it out. And to activate life force so I can trust that these tools can work for me with enough practice. Take a breath and blow it out.
And to activate life force so I can decide to use these energies every day for a better, more empowered life for me.
Nice and easy. Pull it in. That's that life force. It's pure, everyone. Blow out any negative energies left over. And last one, and to activate life force so I can be happy and healthy and be creative and have fun and have laughter and love and joy. And also the knowing that that life force energy is exactly what I need starting right now, today. Pull it in and blow it out. Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
We're going to make the case for subtle energies, and it's not just for beginners. Now, if you've been around metaphysics for a long time and understand energy and subtle energies, this can still be very important for you. We're going to start from the beginning, but talk about how we've made subtle energies practical and useful for everyday life.
Right.
You know, we want people to be able to, like we do.
Yes.
We use it every day. We wouldn't think of not using it every day. It's become natural to us.
It is.
And we use it a lot, and we're always activating the powerful energies.
Yes.
And getting rid of the negative ones. It completely changes your perspective.
Yes. It's pretty cool, actually, if you think about it. So
if you're watching this and you're saying, oh my gosh, I need more planetary energies. I need to activate life force. I need to have more energies in my life because I need support.
Yes.
I'm out here by I'm on my own. I'm floundering kind of like a fish out of water. I don't know who I am and where I need to go.
Or I want to even know more about me.
Yes. go to our website, theecosystemapproach.org.
Mhm.
Sign up for our free section.
Okay.
Listen to our show every week.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts,
Mhm.
and you can get us through the Transformation Network also
Yes, you can.
every week. So and then if you sign up for the free section, listen to our show every week
Mhm.
and start doing the clearings.
Yes.
It's that simple. It's that simple. And we talk about how to use energy,
Right.
settle energy in a different way every single week.
That's exactly right. I want to just take a moment, Jason, and I want to say thank you, not only to Transformation Talk Radio, which will be Transformation Network, but I also want to say thank you to the audience, not only for listening, but participating with us and asking us questions and really telling us how we've helped change their lives. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for that.
And we want to continue this energy basis for your life going forward. So you can find us on Facebook.
Yes.
We have all of our videos recorded there, theecosystemapproach.org.
Okay. We'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio, and you're listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia.
Remember, your ecosystem is the most important one in the world.
Thank you for listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. Tune in every week as we discuss practical ways to apply the ecosystem approach and develop your potential to live your life on your terms. For more information, visit our website at theecosystemapproach.org.